TV has always been a source of inappropriate humor. Guests include well-known figures in lighthearted banter. For many years, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos brought a little joy to people's mornings. Their lives were completely flipped upside down when they were behind the cameras. As a co-host, partner, and husband to Kelly, Mark Consuelos unexpectedly found himself in the middle of a life-or-death struggle. Discouraging illness update. Then the unimaginable occurred. A brawl in the intensive care unit that had fans around the nation on the edge of their seats. This is more than a tale of illness. What happens when the most resilient families have their worlds flipped upside down is the central theme of this tale of love and resilience. Before we finish, you'll understand why Kelly and Mark's story has the potential to motivate you in ways you never imagined. For the Consuelo family, the morning was as usual. Kelly was preparing for the day ahead while Mark went about his usual routine. Next came the call, the type that halts the universe. The physician saw something that didn't look right during a routine examination. It was determined to be cancer. After a few days, even though the word is hefty, Kelly and Mark found it to be far heavier than they had anticipated. Following that, the situation rapidly deteriorated. Mark was promptly transferred to the intensive care unit after his health deteriorated. His adoring public was taken aback by the news since they had always believed he was formidable, charismatic, and unstoppable. In their living rooms, Kelly and Mark have been welcomed like family for years. Millions of people witnessed their romance, their jokes, and even their arguments. The announcement of Mark's health problem didn't seem like it would make headlines. There was a familiarity. Kelly was a familiar face to viewers in their 60s who watched All My Children, witnessing the rapidity with which he fell for Mark and later celebrating their new family. Witnessing a close friend suffering upon hearing of a cancer battle was an emotional roller coaster. It was an enlightening, cautionary tale. No one is immune to illness, no matter how careful they are. It has always seemed like a movie was the inspiration for Kelly and Mark's relationship. They became friends while working on All My Children in the 90s, took a vacation to Sin City, and are now parents to 3 children. You felt hopeful reading this love story. Cancer, however, is indifferent to its victims. Suddenly, that ideal life was challenged in ways that nobody could have predicted. Whispered prayers now filled what were formerly humorous nights. They called the intensive care unit ICU home because of its sterile walls and beeping machines. Despite the chilly weather in the clinic, their friendship became stronger once again. Kelly's unwavering loyalty to him demonstrated that true love is forged through the crucible of hardship. In the intensive care unit, Mark's condition was terrible. He struggled mightily with the physical side effects of cancer and the complications that frequently arose during treatment. Nurses and physicians encircled him. Those were the longest days of Kelly's life, she recalled. It felt like every hour dragged on interminably. It was a win every time he briefed. From the outside, supporters may only see brief remarks and subtle updates. But behind the scenes, a struggle for survival is underway. Both Mark's determination and Kelly's consistency impressed their loved ones the most. She was there through every procedure and restless night, maintaining hope, even when terror threatened to overwhelm. Many of Mark Consuelos' friends have always thought highly of him. On screen, he portrayed someone who was confident and fearless. When he wasn't acting, he was a consistent, caring husband and father. Contrarily, Mark was only a man battling for his life in the intensive care unit, free from cameras and clothes. Observing his frailties served as a reminder that strength is much more than physical prowess or charisma. A key component is maintaining one's strength and determination in the face of adversity. As Kelly watched her husband fight for hours on end, she learned that sometimes all you can do is keep breathing. As a group, the children of Dwayne Consuelo, Michael, and Lola gathered around their father. They still had to deal with the terrifying prospect of losing their dad, even though they were young adults. Michael often referred to his dad as the steadying force in the family because he was in the intensive care unit. They had to fortify themselves as a unit. Kelly shared stories of birthdays spent with hospital wristbands still fastened to her wrist and family dinners interrupted by phone calls from the facility. Many people in their 60s can relate to this section of the story because they've experienced similar problems within their own families. When one family member is hurt, it affects the whole family. Candles were lit, prayers were offered, and much of love was expressed on social media as word of Mark's condition spread around the United States. Kelly and Mark received encouraging comments from many who had been through cancer themselves. Some just wrote there. When people think of Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, they picture a happy, loving couple whose marriage has endured for decades. The world has been given the renowned couple's love story for decades. They appear on red carpets, social media, and TV with a bond that many respect. The truth is that even the most beautiful couples have arguments that reveal they are still human below all the glitter and glamour. Some awful news rocked Kelly Ripa's world to its foundations not long ago. Mark Consuelos, the actor who is married to her, was taken to the intensive care unit, ICU, after experiencing complications while battling cancer. Upon hearing the news, fans were taken aback. In the midst of her terror, uncertainty, and love, Kelly's heart broke at that horrible moment. A romantic tale challenged by difficulties. Kelly first crossed paths with Mark in the 90s while working on All My Children. Ever since then, theirs has grown into one of Hollywood's most enduring romances. Together, they raised 3 children and supported each other through the highs and lows of fame. Their marriage is now going through a very difficult time due to Mark's deteriorating health. For as long as anyone can remember, Kelly has claimed Mark as her rock, best friend, companion, and biggest supporter. It has been quite distressing to see him in his frail condition, lying in a hospital bed. Insanity in the intensive care unit. Rumor has it that Mark's cancer struggle was a closely guarded secret until it required immediate medical attention. Being in the intensive care unit ICU is terrifying due to the presence of machines, doctors, and the muted prayers offered by loved ones. As she sat next to him, Kelly had to juggle her public persona as a talk show presenter with her personal burdens of concern and optimism. Her infectious energy, humor, and positivity are known to anyone who has watched her on Live with Kelly and Mark. Rumor has it that Kelly has been receiving unseen help from loved ones as she copes with Mark's hectic schedule and insomnia. Prioritizing one's family. Wayne Consuelos, Michael, and Lola have all been profoundly impacted. Mark is a role model for children in many ways, including being a famous dad and a loving father figure. Family members say that Kelly has been doing her best to keep the kids' home life stable and positive as their dad recovers. These kinds of things show us that being famous or successful doesn't shield you from life's problems. The devastating reality of cancer is something that Kelly and Mark's family, along with countless others across the world, must confront. Cancer doesn't care who it touches. Famous personalities and fans support them. Upon hearing that Mark was admitted to the intensive care unit, numerous words of support began to circulate on various social media platforms. The audience was astounded, saddened, and incredibly supportive. Famous people have reached out to Kelly in both public and private ways, reassuring her that she is not alone. Society, even in its digital form, is resilient in these trying times. People from various walks of life, including many with cancer in their families, have sent prayers and supportive notes. Kelly can draw strength from the generosity that has been produced through this network. How strong Kelly is. Even when things were at their worst, Kelly Ripa remains strong. Her appearances on the morning show have persisted, and she's done so with varying degrees of bravery and vulnerability. It shows her inner strength and professionalism, even when her followers can see through her smile and know she's distressed. Kelly's fans relate to her because she's been honest about her struggles throughout the years. While she's chosen to keep quiet about Mark's health battle, her candor about love, family, and perseverance serves as an inspiration to many with similar struggles. The universal message. At its heart, this isn't more than just 2 well-known people. Life's fragility, love in times of trouble, and family are all the themes explored here. Many families around the world are quietly suffering through the sorrow that Kelly Ripa feels over Mark Consuelos' cancer fight. We may not know what the future holds, but one thing is certain. The story of Kelly and Mark continues to touch people's hearts because it exemplifies true love. Their love for each other isn't truly captured in the red carpet photos. At moments of extreme anxiety, what are the meanings of the hushed conversations, comforting murmurs, and firm hand-holding that are commonplace in hospital rooms? An appeal for generosity. Those who care about Kelly and Mark should be compassionate towards them as they follow the story. Beyond the headlines and hashtags, there are 2 people experiencing suffering, hope, and recovery. Their story serves as a powerful reminder to cherish our loved ones, express gratitude, and extend kindness at all times. While Kelly's season is filled with sorrow, it is also a story of resilience, faith, and the unfaltering belief that love can triumph over any obstacle.